What if I told you earning more money after your first $20,000 a year doesn't actually make your life easier? It quietly makes it harder to escape. At first, your income goes up, but so do your expenses, your lifestyle, and your commitments. And before you even realize it, you're no longer working for money. What if the moment you finally started earning more was also the moment your financial life quietly became more fragile? Not worse, not obviously broken, just harder to escape. Because something subtle happens after a certain income level, let's say around $20,000 to $30,000 a year in early stages, or the equivalent in Europe. Life changes, but not in the way most people expect. Imagine this. You're 24. You've just landed your first real job. Your salary is $2,500 a month after tax. At first, it feels like freedom. You move out, rent a small apartment, $900. Utilities and internet, another $150. You finance a car or lease one, $300. Insurance, fuel, $200. Now you're at $1,550. Add groceries, $300, a few subscriptions, $50, a phone plan, $80. You're left with around $500, which sounds manageable until life starts filling the gaps. Dinner with friends, a weekend trip, a new laptop because you need it, clothes that match your new identity, and suddenly that $500 doesn't exist anymore. Here's the uncomfortable part. Before you earned this money, you had fewer obligations. Now you have more income, but also more structure around your life. Fixed costs, monthly commitments, expectations, and those don't go away easily. This is the hidden shift. At lower income levels, your life is flexible. At slightly higher income levels, your life becomes locked in. Let's do the math more clearly. If your fixed monthly costs are around $1,800, that means you need at least $21,600 a year just to maintain your current standard. Not grow, not invest, just survive at your current standard. Now imagine your income increases. You go from $2,500 to $3,500 a month. You expect relief, but instead something else happens. You upgrade your apartment, plus $400. You get a better car, plus $250. You travel more, plus $200 monthly average. Now your new fixed lifestyle cost becomes $2,650. You've increased your income by $1,000, but your freedom only increased by $150. This is where most people misunderstand money. They think higher income creates freedom. But in reality, higher income often creates more dependency, unless behavior changes. So why do people do this? It's not lack of intelligence, it's psychology. When your income increases, your brain updates your identity. You're no longer just getting by. You're now someone who deserves a certain standard. And in the US and Europe especially, that standard is constantly visible. Colleagues upgrade apartments. Friends travel more. Social media normalizes a lifestyle that quietly raises your baseline. So you don't feel like you're overspending. You feel like you're keeping up with reality. But here's the cost most people never calculate. Every fixed expense you add is a piece of your future time that's no longer yours. A $400 upgrade in rent isn't just $400. It's 400 times 12 times 5 years equals $24,000 after tax, which means you likely had to earn closer to $30,000 just to support that decision, for something that quickly becomes normal. If this pattern continues, something predictable happens. By your late 20s or early 30s, you're earning more than ever. But your monthly obligations are so high that changing direction becomes difficult. Switching jobs feels risky. Taking a break feels impossible. Starting something new feels irresponsible. Not because you lack ability, but because your lifestyle has quietly removed your margin. Now, financially aware people don't necessarily earn less. They just interpret increases differently. When their income goes up, they don't immediately ask, "What can I upgrade?" They ask, "What can I stop needing?" They see income increases as a way to reduce dependency, not increase consumption. So instead of expanding fixed costs, they expand flexibility, which looks boring from the outside, but internally it creates something most people never reach: options. So when everything changes after you start earning more, it's not just about money. It's about how quietly your life structure shifts from flexible to fixed, from optional to required. And once you see that clearly, you don't need extreme strategies or complicated systems. You just make slightly different decisions at the moment things begin to expand.